This whole game, you'll see every fight. Hylissang is engaging in Morgana. Like Vitality could have won the last game, but the draft felt meh. I mean, yeah, I think that let's start with game 5 because I think that you're right. So I even said, I remember saying this. Wait, I remember saying something like this. Wait, where's game 4? Yeah, maybe play to defend top a little bit more. I worry for Fnatic because if you ban Diana, for example, I feel like Selfmade might just go for an Evelynn or something crazy like this. You know, he might just pick Lee Sin himself and have leader on Sylas or Akali. So they still have a lot of options, and just the pick ban is not somewhere where you can really shut down. It's about picking things yourself rather than shutting them down to neutralize it, deal with it, and then make sure the game... Yeah, I thought that if you ban Diana, they're just going to go Lee Sin. And that's what they did, right? As soon as you go into draft, I was worried for Fnatic because the Diana ban was like... I thought that it kind of was a must, but then I was like, well, what if they get Lee Sin Akali? And they did get Lee Sin Akali. But then the other thing was, you can't blind pick Akali like this. This blind pick Akali was really, really, really bad. Because you just get the most free Twisted Fate on the planet. BF counters Akali really hard, I think. Out of lane especially. I think here they should have just picked AD top or AD... like Varus Renekton maybe or something like this. I don't know actually. They needed to do something different here. Because they have Sylas, they have Akali, they have Ryze. I just think the draft was really, really bad for Vitality this game. And it only gets worse. Like it gets way worse as well. Like not only do they blind pick Akali into TF. So that's already fucked. The second thing they do is they pick Alistar into Braum. Why the fuck are they picking Alistar into Braum? Alistar just hurts your draft so much because you have a really hard lane phase. I really think they should have just maybe with Rakan down, like this Rakan ban actually fucked them. This Rakan ban fucked them. Because if they give them Ezreal Rakan, they can play Alistar into it, and I think that's not bad. But giving them Braum with a Rakan ban, the only option you have here for support realistically is like Karma is your best bet, maybe Lulu. It's just all bad with these two champs. Yeah, there's really not much else you can pick into Braum, is there? And then this Cannon pick as well. Not a fan. I really didn't like Vitality's draft here. So yeah, I think that this was where they fucked it up a bit. This Trundle last pick was honestly so good into Alistar. Last pick, like, oh my god, you have Trundle Braum into Alistar, so he cannot play. These two champs into Alistar is one thing. But then Ezreal as well into Alistar, you know, you can't engage on anyone. How is Alistar supposed to engage? Like, Alistar is counted by all 3 of these champs. It's so impossible for him to play the game. Then TF counters Akali. So then Lee Sin has to carry, but he has a losing jungle matchup. And they have Ezreal Braum. Like, dude, it's so hard. Like, it's such a difficult draft. So I could go through this game and be like, yeah, they could have done this, could have done this, could have done this. But there's really nothing they can do. Like, you have losing everything. Losing everything. Maybe top is winning for you, right? Because you have a range matchup and you can start pushing him in. But that's kind of it, I think. But saying that, I also think Game 4's draft was really confusing from Fnatic. I really think Game 4's draft was confusing. I mean, it's obvious what they want to do, isn't it? They want to play through bot, right? Play through mid to bot, and they want to play through mid to top. If you actually think about it, it's Morgana. Like, Morgana for Fnatic just seems terrible. Have they even won a single game on it yet? No, they lost every single one. Yeah, please stop playing Morgana Fnatic, please. It's really bad. Maybe not, like, for other teams, but, like... I really think Hylissang needs to play engage. As much as you can win lane, as much as you can punish enemy bot, I feel like Fnatic should have realized that in game 4, upset Hylissang is beating Crownshot Labrov on every matchup. On every matchup, they're beating them. So you don't even need to pick like a lane that wins that hard because you're going to beat them anyway. You're having jungler bot a lot. You're playing through bot most of the games, so you're going to win bot. Yeah, I think the Aphilos Morgana was... I didn't like this. I think they should have picked maybe Ezreal Leona. Especially if they're playing this dive thing. Leona's good. This also confused me because you'll see how the game plays out. It's like all that happens is Selfmade is top all game and Bwipo is bot all game. And I can fast forward the game, and where my circles are, it's very rare that you'll see any jungler swap places unless it's to clear their camps in that area, right? And that's just how the game naturally is going to work. And the leader is going to push in mid and put vision top side. Niski's going to push in mid and try to put vision bot side. So that's the only ever times you'll see them cross into each other's side of the map. It's just to clear the camps on that side. Because that's genuinely how this draft has to be played out. You have to be top side all game if you're Vitality, and you have to be bot side all game if you're Fnatic. That's just how it goes. When Selfmade goes bot, Bwipo pushes him out. Selfmade shouldn't be here, right? He maybe should have gone for top camps, but then again, he doesn't have the info to do that. Yeah, I feel like Morgana is not really needed. Imagine you had like an Alistar here or something like a Leona. You could actually dive them. You can't dive with Morgana. It's very hard to dive. You can chunk them out and get plates, but you can't dive. Also, Adam should not be dying top here. Adam should not be dying top here. And then if you just skip forwards, if I skip forwards, junglers will always be in that area of the map. No matter where you put it in the first 15 minutes, junglers will be in those areas. Yeah, it just happens that Selfmade got really far ahead. And despite Upset getting out of lane with Shield Bow and taking bot tier 1, what can this Aphelios Morgana do? All they can do is push mid. This Rakan can do whatever he wants. You can't really engage on them. Like, look as well, the way Hylissang plays Morgana right here just sums it up. Like, I know he played a lot of fights good defensively, but like, look at this. He just flash ults the crown shot and black shields himself, while Upset is getting dove on here. The Morgana is supposed to protect the AD carry. Now Upset's just dead. Hylissang flashed in with black shield on himself and engaged. Like, you see what I'm saying? I really don't think they should play any more Morgana. As much as you can win lane, please. Please just play engage champs. Because this whole game, you'll see every fight. Hylissang is engaging in Morgana. I think the next fight as well, he's engaging on Morgana. Morgana was never really with its AD carry. He was just engaging. Here, look. Upset's here. Hylissang's here. You know? Right? You see that? Black shield on himself. You know, as much as Upset is safe right now and he should be going for these plays, that's just genuinely how Hylissang plays. And he goes in and trades 1 for 1 to make sure the fight starts. So yeah, I would really like to see Hylissang on more engaged supports. I think he's just so good at engaged support. It's nuts. Hilly, I'm not saying Hilly's bad. Hilly is one of the best supports. He will int a lot, but he'll int and win you the game. And a lot of people from an outside perspective are like, oh, Hilly's griefing. But he's actually doing a lot to win the game. He is doing so much to win the game. It's crazy. Hylissang is one of the best supports in the league. You can't doubt that. He's so good. A lot of people think he's inting, and he does int sometimes, but he's really trying to int it to force plays. Like here, for example, it looks like he's inting. And as much as this is bad to do on Morgana, the flash forwards to die, to stun crown shot is what killed crown shot. So yeah, he's inting. In this case as well. In a way. But he's actually setting up his team for success. And that's what you'll see a lot of the times. So yeah, that's game 4 and 5. And then game 1 and 2 were stomps. Game 3 was the only game where it was like... No, game 3 as well. It's just Aphelios Lulu with Kennen. Again, it's just a way Vitality play. I can do the exact same thing as what I just did with the circles. And you'll see it again. Right? Where is Selfmade playing? Selfmade is playing topside. So I will draw a box for Selfmade and he will be here the whole game. And I'll draw a box for Pippo and he'll be here the whole game. For the next couple of minutes of the game. And that's just how it works. And if you're playing Aphelios Lulu weak side and you can't push in an Ezreal lane, like Ezreal is a really losing lane champ, and so is Alistar. Alistar in lane, especially level 1, he cannot lane. If you're just like never bot side, as much as you can get top side ahead, Aphelios Lulu shouldn't be on the weak side, right? They should not. Because what you'll see end up happening is they're getting dove. And Bippo will just path bot. This was very important for Olaf. Let's go, man. Like, this is how Aphelios Lulu wants to play. They want to push in and they want to take tower. And it's the same as Aphelios Morgana in a way, where Fnatic was playing for it. But now if your Aphelios is under tower getting dove, now your jungler who is playing topside has to cover. Here is where the game was pretty lost. Hylissang living as well. Here is where the game was lost. The game's lost there after that dive. Yeah, and then game 1 and 2 were stomps. So as much as I'd love to review a full game, if you want my general thoughts, some of the drafts in the best of 5s we've been seeing recently are just really odd to me. Really odd to me. Like, for example, like the G2 Mad drafts were confusing here and there. And then this series as well, really confusing drafts from Vitality specifically. And then Fnatic with the Morgana pick. So yeah, that was a very weird series. Vitality could salvage their game 5 draft. It has to be salvaged here. The problem is Leader doesn't play LeBlanc. So that's really hard to just pick LeBlanc here, for example, right? And then just have like a really strong mid-jungle. He doesn't play Syndra either, so it's really hard to pick a strong blind mid-jungle. So here I think actually what they should do is just pick Ryze. I think that's the best option. I think Leader's Ryze is good. I think Ryze Lee Sin is also good. 50% win rate. I think his Ryze games, I remember seeing them, they're good. They beat G2. This one, I wouldn't say it was his fault as much either. Yeah, I think they should pick Ryze. And then going 4-5. The Mundo pick is a flex, so let's go to 4-5. I'm guessing they would match mids. Yeah, 100% they'd pick... You pick Ryze, I think he would pick Syndra. Let's just talk in hypotheticals here. I think the bans would be similar, but I think that they should not ban Rakan. They ban Jace, so they ban Camille. They ban Nautilus. I think here they should ban... Yeah, I think you have to throw ban here a bit. And throw ban is random ban. So maybe like just toss out the Leona ban. And if they blind pick Rakan... No, toss out an Alistar ban, sorry. Toss out an Alistar ban because they played Ezreal Alistar before and it's good setup with TF. And then if they pick Rakan here, you just go Leona here with Ryze. And you blind pick a better top. I don't want to blind pick Kennen. I would blind pick Renekton. Actually, I would not ban Camille. I would ban Olaf. Olaf ban, Alistar ban. Let them blind pick Rakan. Pick Leona into it. And then blind pick Renekton top. because I think Olaf actually can do well into Renekton, but Camille is not going to do that well. But I guess they really wanted Kennen. I don't know, does Shigenda play any weak side tops? Because enemy team has TF. I was talking to Wunder about this. What does he play? Yeah, his Renekton is really good, isn't it? And Renekton was up. I really think he should have picked his Renekton. Especially in a game 5, where you're brand new to the LEC stage, best of 5s, and you're a rookie. I think picking your best champ is always better. This guy lost both games on Kennen. Oh shit. Now this might sound like results-based analysis, but what I'm trying to get my point across here is game 5, when you're Renekton, it's your best pick by far and most played. And it's really good setup with Lee Sin Ryze, if that's what the draft was. I think it's the best champ, because even weak side Renekton against TF Mundo can't really get countered, I think, if Olaf's down. He can pick Camille TF, but I think Renekton's fine. And Ryze can match TF really hard. Or Syndra, they would probably pick if you blind pick Ryze.